change?
I don't think so. I think it was about seeing the ball and about giving yourself time and to be at the crease, and I think that helped both the batters really to then smoothen the rough ends.
Okay, what about Afghanistan now and the way they're going to have to go about this run chase?
I think they've got to be very sensible. Partnerships is the key. They batted brilliantly in the last game, so take a leaf out of that 300 book. You know, establish a platform with the openers, and they both were in excellent form. The idea is to weather the storm against the new ball bowlers, and then it can get just a little bit easier for Afghanistan because Pakistan's spin department is not as great as Afghanistan's.
But there's a number of new bowlers in this setup because there's a few being rested.
Sure.
How do you think they're going to go?
Yeah, I mean, there'll be pressure on Babar Azam because he wants control in a situation like this, 250 plus. I mean, it's still a doable job, by the way. I mean, if they get a couple of partnerships, it could be a win for Afghanistan. They could spoil Babar Azam's show of being the best side in the world. If they win this, they become the best side in the world in ODI rankings terms. So, you see, it's all about control. Can he get the control from the newcomers? Mohammad Wasim is playing after a long wait. So let's see how he develops the team for his captain. But he's mighty explosive, he's mighty talented, and he'll get some reverse also. This is a good bowling surface for paces.
All right, just one last thought here. The fielding's been impressive by Pakistan over the last few months, hasn't it?
Oh, they've been outstanding. We saw that during the test series. We've seen that in the last year or so. They've worked extremely hard on their fitness, and it's a direct result of how fit you are as a team, and you have the attitude and the appetite to be the best fielding side in the world, and they were absolutely brilliant during the test series against Sri Lanka.
All right, Ramesh, thank you very much for your time. Right, so 269, that's what Afghanistan need to win their 150th one-day international. Let's join our commentators upstairs.
So we have a target, which is 269 in the remaining 50 overs of this match. It's certainly a target that is higher than it looked like it would be for a lot of that Pakistan innings. Those closing overs did the job for Pakistan. They talked about figures of 280, 290 at the start of the day. That's before they'd seen how this pitch was playing. And for the first, it didn't favour the batsmen at all. Afghanistan bowled reasonably well and constrained everything, but now they have to chase, and this man Rahmanullah Gurbaz, well, he was absolutely brilliant in match number 2. If he shows some of that brilliance again, albeit on this different pitch, well then that will keep Afghanistan certainly in the hunt. Got a new partner today at the top of the order, Riaz Hassan. There's actually a bit of a plot behind this because Zadran was off the field for the last 10 minutes, for 10 minutes somewhere, and by the rules, the playing conditions, not allowed to open innings. So Riaz Hassan gets promoted. We'll see Zadran in due course. And not surprisingly, the first over to be bowled by Shaheen Shah Afridi, new ball specialist, wicket-taking specialist in the opening overs too. Just a hint of swing. Leg by gets Afghanistan their first run on the board.
Yeah, these two openers have got a job to do. They need to do the seminal work, see the new ball off, negating wickets to the Pakistani bowlers, lay a foundation. If they're able to do so, they'll create few chances for Afghan to win this game. As it is, this pitch is ultra demanding when it comes to batting. Some batters, they found it very difficult to adopt to the new conditions here at R. Premadasa Stadium, Colombo.
Yeah, too much swing this time. Goes down the leg side, first wide of the innings. I wonder if the lights make any difference. I mean, so often we seem to get the impression that when you swap the natural light for the artificial lights, something changes in the atmosphere. Pitches themselves sometimes things behave differently. Whether there'll be much of a change remains to be seen. Conditions pretty much stay the same in many ways. Temperature's much the same. It's still quite high. It's humid.
It's the humidity, isn't it? Which helps the fast bowler to swing the ball.
Well, that's gone the other way. It's gone too far the other way. Wide follows wide. Well, it's certainly giving us variety.
Some work to do for Rizwan behind the stumps. He's forgetting one thing, Shaheen Shah Afridi. He has to keep his wrist behind the ball to be able to land them properly. Yeah, he has sprayed the ball so far in this over.
Well, we've seen a lot already in the space of just a few balls. Part of the problem has been that Shaheen Shah Afridi has just struggled to control him. And obviously the wide down the offside was way, way, way wide. One of those ones that slips. One down the leg side. This one was heading down the leg side as well, but found the pad. It's more where he wants to be.
Yeah, he has to make the batsman play. That's where he becomes mighty difficult and dangerous. It's funny, isn't it? That ball was clearly sliding down the leg side, and it was wishful. But that's how it goes with the bowlers. Everything is out. And for the batters, everything is not out.
Yeah, again, the shape is good. I mean, yeah, I'm sure he's liking the shape, but it's just the original line that's causing him a few problems here. And a leg bite. And a couple.
It's a rarity, isn't it? He's so accurate with the new ball, Shaheen Shah Afridi. He's always attacking the stumps, but this time around hasn't been consistent. Maybe different environment.
Yeah, nicely played. Just a bit too full. Again, giving you a chance to swing. This is the thing, of course, isn't it? We always expect people like Shaheen Shah Afridi with his immense ability, his immense reputation to be spot on each and every time at the top of the innings. Actually, batsmen like to get set. Bowlers sometimes, as is so clear tonight, have to work out how much that ball's swinging and have to adjust the release accordingly. Well, we've got there. We've made it to the end of the first over of this chase. 6 without loss. 6 runs on the board, all of them extras. 2 wides, 4 leg buys. Hasn't been the bats.
चाहिए चांद सा रोशन चेहरा नए लक से। धूल मिट्टी से स्किन डल होती है जैसे ये बीड्स। विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। नया लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
कोका कोला के साथ जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार। कैप के अंदर कोड ढूंढे, मिस्ड कॉल दें, कॉल बैक आने पर कोड एंटर करें और जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार।
Sustain it, got to sustain it. Right, opening the bowling at the other end, Fahim Ashraf. Last time we played an ODI is about 2 years ago now, actually. My colleague, my esteemed colleague here, just Had a look at the hand just as Fahim Ashraf was running in there. Cross seam. So not risking the ball swinging out of control, just trying to get his length and line sorted before he starts trying to do other things. Actually, that's quite shrewd. And you got a bit of bounce from it too. That's what sometimes happens with cross seam too. You get it hits the right part of the ball as it pitches. You get that extra bounce.
That's Lotus Tower. A beautiful addition to Colombo. It has been the main attraction for the tourists here in Colombo now.
Well, Riaz Hassan, who's on strike at the moment, good figures in first-class cricket. 56 his average in first class, 42 in list A. This, of course, is list A, so decent figures, ostensibly. Always. Oof. Enemies.
What has happened to this pitch? Has it freshened up? Steep bounce on a couple of occasions this over for Fahim Ashraf, and then deviation of the surface. First delivery bended in, and this one moved away.
It's the lights. That's all it is. It's the lights. Yeah, fuller this time. If I were he, I might have just stuck with the original lengths. 2 runs. We have runs off the bat.
Bowling within himself, Fahim Ashraf is not express. He bowls those nagging lengths, especially with a new ball. Gets the ball to deviate off the surface and can be dangerous at times.
If you look back at the first innings of this game, where we had the medium pacers, for instance, Gulbadin at medium pace, brisk medium pace, doing a very good job, short of a length. That's where it was really hard to get the ball away. So I'd say the lesson from that, even if there has been a minor change in the conditions, the lesson is to just come back a little bit, keep it straight, but come back a little bit with the length. Running again is good.
Yeah, the length was good on that occasion, but not the line. Drifted towards the pads. Just clipped the ball for a couple of runs. Now with this pace, you've got to be on the money. But nicely played. Was nicely behind the line of that delivery.
Yep, that's good. 4 from the over, 10 without loss.
विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
हब्स भरी दोपहर में चिपचिपाहट सी फैली मेरे हर सू। पूरा दिन बस गर्मी और पसीना। भाड़ में जाए ये महीना। जी चाहता है इसकी तो स्प्राइट लगा ठंडक।
क्या आपने अपने बिजनेस की प्रमोशन करनी है या क्या आपको पर्सनलाइज्ड शाउट आउट चाहिए किसी भी सेलिब्रिटी से, तो आज ही डाउनलोड द starbazaar.pk ऐप और पाएं पर्सनलाइज्ड शाउट आउट या बिजनेस प्रमोशन जस्ट अ फ्यू स्टेप्स। ऑर्डर नाउ।
14th of October in Ahmedabad, the biggest stadium, the Narendra Modi Stadium. Slides away off the outside edge, the outside half of the bat rather more.
Yeah, this series, Asia Cup, just before the World Cup, has afforded an opportunity to all the teams to iron out if there are any wrinkles in the balance of the side. It'll be closely contested World Cup. England is up there. New Zealand is not bad at all. They can challenge everybody. Australia, Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka as well. You cannot write them off.
Well, it's covered most people.
Trying to be politically correct.
Yeah, it's one of those chats, isn't it? One of those World Cup chats. Who do you reckon is going to be in semi-finals? Well, you'd have to say that India at home to be almost a banker, almost an absolute certainty for the semi-finals. I mean, Pakistan playing good cricket. England, I'd have to put in that list. Australia, I'd have to put in that list. Which, as you say, leaves a couple of good sides who aren't going to make the semis.
They're talking about this player, Riaz. It looks very well organized. Knows where his off stump is. And that's a must for any batsman, especially for the opener.
Good carry. This one had to be on his mettle there, because that bounced and seemed to gather pace almost. Took it chest high in the end.
Plenty of support for Pakistan. Always is the case when the Pakistani team is in Sri Lanka. Very watchful Riaz, and rightly so. You cannot afford to play airy-fairy strokes against this man who's got the ability to inveigle any batsman in the world. He's a wily campaigner.
Yeah, it's a good short ball. It's well played too. Yeah, has watched it nicely, let it go by harmlessly. 33 overs.
चाहिए चांद सा रोशन चेहरा नए लक से। धूल मिट्टी से स्किन डल होती है जैसे ये बीड्स। विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। नया लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
कोका कोला के साथ जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार। कैप के अंदर कोड ढूंढे, मिस्ड कॉल दें, कॉल बैक आने पर कोड एंटर करें और जीते हर हफ्ते 1800 सीसी कार।
विटामिन सी और ग्लिसरीन वाली लक्स ग्लो टेक्नोलॉजी स्किन को रोशन करे। लक्स जो दे चांद सा रोशन चेहरा।
Sweep shot was going to be a better option. So a full, free-flowing innings from Mamanul Gurbaz deserved better. Just think back. One way to go. A lot of work to be done if they're going to do that. The approach, I think, is sensible at the top of the innings. You've got two. Well, you've got Shaheen Shah Afridi, who is acknowledged as world-class with the new ball, who's now settled a bit after the slightly erratic first over. Fahim Ashraf, very steady. I mean, that's his thing. That's his stick, isn't it, with the new ball? Just try and be steady. Try and wobble it a little bit, just see what he can get out of the pitch. It's nicely played, just rode the bounce. Little skip down the pitch to start with. Fahim Ashraf responded to that.
Yeah, talking about Gurbaz in the first game against Pakistan, Bantuta, he was fretful. But the second knock, he was so confident from the word go, he was moving well. You can tell for the Pakistani bowlers very aptly and adeptly.
Yeah, it's your favourite topic, isn't it? The ability to adapt. Won't get to this time. Yeah, the outstanding thing actually about not just Gurbaz's efforts, but Afghanistan as a team in match number 2 is that if you remember, haven't been bowled out for 59.